Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host Owen, the channel that brings you your team every single day. That brings you all the latest news, views, updates, speculation, rumours, reports about the greatest club in the world, guys. Glasgow Rangers FC. Well, obviously, this has been a manic summer for Rangers. 6 players arriving already. Players obviously out in Germany as we speak, doing fantastic fitness work. It looks like really focusing on that fitness side that was, I think, sadly lacking last season at the start. Gio really failing there on that account. Dujon Sterling, as reported in this morning's video, is not with the team. He has a calf injury. He is recovering from that calf injury. It is not thought to be serious. I've got more faith in Dr. Mark Waller saying that than last year when a not serious injury, then obviously a lot of time turned into a season-ending injury, didn't it? The Tom Lawrence affair, for example. Anyway, we're going to talk about Danilo, the Brazilian striker that Rangers have been repeatedly linked with this summer and has thought to have been on Michael Beale's radar over the entire summer. Now, Rangers did obviously sign Searle, a player that Michael Beale had allegedly been tracking for 4 years. Someone who was spoken about very favourably this morning as well by former Celtic boss Neil Lennon as well on I think it was on Radio Clyde or on one of the radio stations up in Scotland. He talked about how good Dessers is and the fact that he does think that Dessers will be a huge success in the Premier League. Certainly that is what all Rangers fans hope, me included, who, yes, I have had my doubts about him, but now he is a Rangers player. We get behind him, we support him, because he's going to pull on that famous royal blue jersey, and anybody in that royal blue jersey deserves our support and loyalty. But Danilo, what is going on with Danilo? There are conflicting reports across the media. Now, Rangers obviously had that initial bid, a very low, derisory bid, in my opinion, of $3.5 million turned down for the Feyernoord man. Rumours Feyenoord looking for somewhere between 5 and 7 million, with 7 million, the top end, being probably more realistic as to what Feyenoord want for the player. Now, what some media sources in Scotland and in Holland are currently reporting that the deal is dead, and Rangers are not going to pursue Danilo any further. That is what has been reported by a number of Dutch media outlets and also some in Scotland as well. This was based on the fact that in an interview with Feyenoord Media, Danilo said that he is looking to the future at Feyenoord, despite obviously interest in him from other clubs. He gave an interview to Feyenoord Club Media and said his full focus is on playing for Feyenoord this season and obviously helping Feyenoord to try and retain their Eredivisie title and do as well as they can in the Champions League. Danilo also scored for the team in a 3-1 pre-season win over Zwolle. He said it's just the beginning, which sort of drops a kind of hint that this is the beginning of his goal scoring for Feyenoord this season. Now, Rangers obviously had open talks with Feyenoord over Danilo, and that initial bid was rejected, and it was rumoured by Chris Jack that then had been put onto the back burner after the sale of Dessers, after the purchase of Dessers, and also it's rumoured that Rangers do need to sell before they buy any more players. Speaking on Feyenoord Club Media, Danilo went on to say, we bring in some new players, of course. It was different than last year. It's always good to have good players around. We have a good team. And it's nice to play with Yavaro and Igor. It's easy. In the front area, we already had a good connection with the forward area. The players that started were ready here. It's just the beginning, of course, and we are looking to the future at Feyenoord. Now, Michael Beale obviously has pledged to go hell for leather in the Champions League to try and qualify for it. His direct quote was, "We're going hell for leather to get in the Champions League." That's his desire. Now, Danilo was felt to be a key part of that, a key desire to actually, adding to those forward areas. Other media are currently reporting that Rangers are going to put another bid in for Danilo. So it does seem a very conflicted story at the moment. Now, the rumour is that no further bid will go in. This seems to be the strongest rumour coming out from Rangers insiders and people in the know, that no further bids will go in until someone is sold. If you look at who is currently on the squad in terms of forward players, we've got Searle Dessers, we've got Sam Lammers, we've got Abdallah Sima, we've got Antonio Cholak, we've also got Kemar Roof, and also Fashion Sakala is considered by Michael Beale as someone able to play centre forward, and that's the manager saying that, the head coach saying that he considers him a possible centre forward. So please don't shoot me down for that and say he's not a centre forward, because Michael Beale said he was. So that's 6 players. That's 6 players currently in the forward area. So it would be difficult, I think, just to justify justify for Michael Beale going to the board and asking for 7 million to spend on another centre forward, which would mean 7 on the squad. So I do think that the likelihood at the moment is that this deal has kind of come to a natural stop. The signing of Dessers as well, I think, has kind of brought it to a natural end at this moment in time. Now, if Antonio Cholak was to move on, or if Fashion Sakala was to move on, then I think there is a real chance that Rangers could reignite their interest in Danilo. Especially, obviously, that extra money that would come in for Cholak or for Sakala would go towards, I think, purchasing further players. Now, Cholak has been linked with a move to Pisa, to Parma in Serie B, and also a move to Werder Bremen. But Bremen have come out to say today and said that they can't afford to buy him without selling players to raise capital funds for investment in the playing squad. So that seems to be an end to that one, unless Bremen do actually sell one of their top 2 strikers, Fulkrug and Dush, at this moment in time. Pisa and Parma also Serie B. Would Cholak really want to go and play in the Italian second division? Obviously, going from playing for the 52,000 every other week in Champions League football to possibly, having a Serie B and no guarantees of returning to Serie A. That obviously is something that's got to be taken into consideration. In addition, the salary that is the transfer fee that is allegedly been demanded is 2 million. Is that enough for Antonio Cholak? But it does look like the Danilo deal has reached a natural end at this moment in time, and we won't be seeing Danilo anytime soon arriving in Glasgow to sign for the mighty Rangers. Well, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below, or the fact that we think that is the end of the Danilo deal for now. Also, if you can smash that sub, ring that notification bell. We are still trying to build this channel. We're on over 2,300 subs. I'd love to get to 3,000 subs by the end of July. That'd be through your fantastic support. We've still got a lot of people who watch the channel who don't then go on to subscribe. So please hit that sub. You get your daily Rangers news, your daily your breaking news videos, your live streams during the season, your podcast, and it's all free, guys. We're not like those channels that are going to charge you for information. We're not going to go out and ask you for money for videos. We give it to you for absolutely nothing. All you've got to do is smash that sub. Well, as always, to finish the video, I need you to do 2 things for me. Number 1, smash that like. And number 2, remember, we are always the people.